Questions for Coach? Start up front.
Ben goes Las Vegas Review Journal. Bruce, when you took over this team last year, they missed the playoffs. Are you surprised they came together again and gelled this quickly?
Well, you never know. I don't know if surprise is the right word. You got to get to know them, see how it plays out. Good players in the room, former Stanley Cup champions, guys that have been to the playoffs. So we figured we would have the opportunity to get back to the playoffs. From there, you never know. Once you're in, anything can happen. So that was the expectation. You learn now about your players a lot more in these kind of moments. And obviously, experience is coming through for us. I think we've handled a lot of different things well. It's a credit to the guys. So here we are. We got another challenge in front of us, and I think our guys will be up to it. We'll find out tomorrow.
Stay on the left.
A little bit because of that high tip. Doesn't seem like they've had to do that very often. There we go. No, I don't think we
I can hear you, but I don't know if they can. I'll repeat the question, but if I can.
It's okay.
It doesn't look like you've had to do that very often in this series. Your defensemen still, are fronting and playing, but not. And it doesn't look like Joe Pavelski's had many tip opportunities either. Why is that? Why are you guys being so? What's going on there?
Well, some of it, if you can choke off the plays sooner before they kind of roll it low to high, kill them behind the goal line. We've wanted to be more aggressive in those situations. Denying entries can help there, but I think our forwards have done a good job recognizing they have to make it harder for whether the D or their other forward is shooting the puck, because sometimes they get three high to get it into that slot area. You can take away passing and shooting lanes. I think we've been real cognizant of that. There was one last night that hit the post in this, if you remember, in the second period. I think it was Zach Whitecloud and Haig. They were both in front, jockeying with one player, and I think it was Kiva Ranta went out, and we were a little late on it, and they tipped and hit the post. There's a good example of what they do well, so if you're 1 second behind. But for the most part, we've been able to stay loose in front of the net and get out to that bumper. I don't think they've had as many shots for sticks as they'd like. I know that Pavelski's had a couple off net by the post more than the high slot, especially in game 2 in our building. So they make some adjustments too to counter what we're doing, but I think it was an area of concern for us that we've handled well so far for the most part. And like I said, they've tipped a few that fortunately have avoided going in the net, and one did the other night off Theo's stick, if you remember. I don't know who they gave credit to the goal. Maybe it was they switched it, but it went up over the goalie's head. So they're still getting their off some of it from there, but like I said, credit to the guys for recognizing it and keeping them pushed farther away than the net than maybe they're used to.
Stay on the left.
Jesse Granger with The Athletic. You guys led the league in blocks during the regular season. You've blocked a lot of shots in the playoffs. Aside from just the commitment to put your body in the way, what do you think the team has done well to earn those blocks? Well,
it goes to Dan's question. I think our D play close to the front of the net, so you're close to that area to two block shots. I think if you track stats like that, I think the teams that play a little more of a layered defense will probably have more blocks than maybe a man-to-man, because you're chasing away and there's only one guy in the way to do it. That's certainly the way we play. Now, our group of defensemen have done it here for years, so I think it comes very natural to them. They're very willing to do it. And they're long. They're big bodies, so that has something to do with it as well.
Stay on the left.
Ed Graney, Review Journal. Bruce, a little off Ben's question. Jonathan Marchessault said a few times this week that he thought in the past they looked ahead. They got ahead in a series and they looked ahead and it cost them. What is it about your room that it appears just plays 60 minutes, does not look ahead no matter how much you might be up in a series?
Maybe what you just said, right? Maybe they've learned through experience not to get ahead of themselves. I think that's part of it. They've been there and done it, and probably, when it doesn't work out, you always look back, what could we done better? And that's probably one of the things, just stay in the moment. We talk about it in the room a lot, and I think it's worked for us. And like I said, it's a veteran group that's been there that you should learn from your past, and I believe that, according to Marshy, he has at least. And I think they talk in the room. You hear what they're saying, and I'm not going to repeat everything, but I think they always, after games, have I, I just think they're really in the moment this year with just a little, sort of what Mark Stone will say after a game, et cetera, about what the next game means or what this one did, but not getting too far ahead. Like I said, I don't want to discuss everything that's said in the room, but my feeling is they're prepared to play one game at a time, be good the next game, and not worry about too far ahead.
Left side, fourth row.
Hey Bruce, Gary Lawless, VGK. The players appear pretty loose today. They control what happens next, and you can do your job, but once they go on the ice, you kind of lose control of it. How do you stay loose the next 24 hours?
Well, the pattern we've kind of got into is, we don't skate a lot in between. We do our morning skate the next day, and we don't even really do team video today because I think you want a complete mental refresher. There'll be little individual things like, met with Eichel's line over a couple things, but it's not a team thing, so that John will grab a couple of D, but we don't want to start already pounding them about game 4. And I think we've done that through the whole playoffs. Tomorrow morning we'll say, okay, here's the areas we did well that we needed to, and here's some things that are popping up. Whether it's those tips you talked about, high tips closer to the net, neutral zone, them trying to bump it into the middle speed and drawing us out of the middle, things like that. So I think that's helped them stay loose, to be honest with you. They get to have their soccer game, or if they go on for an optional, and it's their day. It's not our day as coaches. Today is their day to sort of recover, and then tomorrow we'll start. It's more our day about, X's and O's and getting ready.
Right side, third row.
Vince Sapienza, Fox 5 Las Vegas. Any update on Brett Howden? Do you expect he might be available tomorrow?
He will not skate today with the optional group, but most of the guys aren't going out there. After that, I don't know. He is getting looked at, so I won't confirm that he's automatically in, but I'm not going to rule him out either till I get better news, or not better news, more news from our medical team.
We have time for 2 more questions up front.
Danny Webster, Las Vegas Sun. I know it's easier to focus on your group in your room, but with the possibility of Ben being suspended tomorrow, Dodonov doubtful tomorrow, is tomorrow a good way to look at the depth and the experience to lean on, knowing that they're probably going to make more changes to the lineup and try and finish it off tomorrow?
We can't get too concerned. I mean, we obviously, yes, we've gotten to know their players. We know, there's information out there how we want to play against them, but who's in or out specifically, 1 or 2 players, is not going to change all of that. No, we haven't discussed it at all, to be honest with you. As I said, today's the Players' Day. Tomorrow we'll talk about if we feel there's a certain lineup change. John Stevens has insight on a lot of the Dallas players because he worked there for a number of years, so that always helps. But other than that, no, it won't be discussed today.
Last question in the back on the left.
Well, Bruce, you kind of took my question. I was going to ask, with John's history here, I was wondering, as a coach, how do you use intel from player tendencies, things like that, from when a guy's been somewhere before? What's the proper way to apply it? And I guess also, for lack of a word, not to overanalyze too.
Well, for a playoff series, it's certainly, he'll have insight into, okay, who do you think, how do I phrase this? Who do you think you can push out of the series maybe easier than another player from his, you know what I mean? And I'm not putting him on the spot with any particular individuals. Information like that. Who's going to fight through? So there's that big picture. There's little things about their decor, because he was specifically working with them, when Heiskanen likes to join the rush maybe, or who's going to be a little more aggressive in the neutral zone. So you can give players that play against the same player over and over every night, some little details. In the regular season, that probably doesn't go a long way, but in the playoff series, it will. So that's how we've used John, and he's a great asset to us, obviously in our own room, but happens to have knowledge. Pete obviously has a lot of knowledge as well, so I think it was one of those series there would be not a lot of secrets on, at least the individuals.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Questions for Nick and Mark? We'll start up front.
Danny Webster, Las Vegas Sun. Mark, just your reaction to the cross check from Jamie Benn last night and the whole evidence that transpired after that.
Not going to sit here and say I loved it, but we got the 5-minute power play. The refs handled it the way it should have been handled, and we got a big goal from it, got a ton of momentum for our team. So, yeah, I mean, I didn't love what transpired, but it got handled the right way. We stuck together as a team, and now focus is game 4.
Stay up front.
Ben Goats, Las Vegas Regional. Nick, we've seen you guys wearing T-shirts with the phrase "it hurts to win" on it. I guess, what does that phrase mean to you, and where did it come from?
I don't know. I guess we just talk about it as a team. Obviously, it hurts to win. Whatever you got to do. If you got to take a hit, if you got a block shot, or whatever you got to do at this time of the year, you got to do it. And I think we did a good job so far at doing that.
Left side, second row.
Jesse Granger with The Athletic for Mark. Along those lines, blocking shots, your defensemen have blocked shots over the last few years a lot. It's even more so this year. Obviously, it takes a lot of sacrifice to put your body there, but outside of that, what do you think they do so well to get in front of so many shots?
I think they've done a good job at like timely blocks, you know. Butch has asked our defense to box out a lot more this year. And we got big guys back there that take up a lot of space, so not only the willingness, but they're in the right spots for it to hit them, especially on the PK. We got some big guys that are willing to sacrifice to make big plays, and you know, I don't even know if it's really asked of them. They just do it. That's just the way that our group is made back there.
Stay on the left.
Dan Rosen, NHL.com. Mark, this is for you too. Just defensively as forwards, when the D play close to the net, as you guys do, and you know that this team especially likes to get to the middle and get high tips, what's the responsibility then of the forwards? And how do you, I mean, doesn't look like they're getting many of those opportunities through 3 games, so what's worked well in keeping them out?
Well, I know as winger, center, they got a tough job. They're doing a lot of the grunt work down low with the D, but going side to side. But as wingers, you're just trying to take away time and space of their defense. You know, make sure that it's hard to get pucks through. They obviously like to shoot pucks off the net to get those pucks, or to get those tips. Sorry. But like I said, our Butch has asked our D to box out, and they box out. They don't let anybody get to the front of the net, and that allows our goaltender to make the saves, which he's been making.
Left side, fourth row.
Mark, Gary Lawless, VGK. Mark, what was your message to the group last night after the game? And Nick, what's the response from your group when you hear from Mark and your leadership guys?
I don't know if it was much as a message, but we're one step closer to where we want to be. But we still have one more game to win. We want to have our best game of the series tomorrow night, because we know that they're going to have that desperation. So we need to bring our best foot forward to try and close the series.
Obviously, we have a really good leadership group. We want to keep our foot on the gas, and we know they're going to come out hard next game. So we just got to keep pushing and play our game again.
Left side.
Ed Graney, Review Journal. Mark, Bruce talked a little bit about what you said after games, not specifically, but I told him Jonathan this week has said in the past they've looked ahead and sometimes it's gotten them. What about that room has allowed you to kind of stay in the moment and not look ahead, no matter what the edge is in the series?
Like Nick said, a lot of good leadership in that room. Guys who have won before. Lots of guys that have won before that have, for guys like us to rely on for help, assistance, guidance. We know that anything can happen in a playoff series. It's about just staying even keel. Can't let the highs get too high, lows get too lows. And I think you can see that throughout a game. We obviously had a great start. We had a few lulls, but we get some good saves from our goalie. We never let that get up here, get down here. Just keep playing. Control what you can control.
We'll do 2 more questions, and then we'll do 2 in French for Nick. Left side.
Mark, Greg Wyshynski, ESPN. You mentioned your goalie a few times. I mean, lost in some of the drama last night was how good Aiden played. Just your thoughts on him and coming in and doing the job he's done for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, came in a tough spot in game 3, middle of a game, but I love his confidence. He knows his game really well. He plays his game, uses his strengths. Probably changed the game significantly. Our power play probably wasn't humming the way we wanted it to on that 5-minute major, and they started getting some momentum off of it. For him to make that save on that 2-on-1 and Nick to pick the puck up, come around and score, that changes the game. Takes life out of the building, took life out of their bench, and he's been doing a real good job at making the timely saves. Made the timely save in game 2 before the overtime goal, and that's all you can ask for from your goalie is make the saves you're supposed to and hope that he makes a couple big ones, and that's what he's done.
Left side in the back.
Marc-André Perrault, TVR Sport. Question is actually for Mark. Not sure how to phrase it, so hope it's going to make sense. But when the hit happened, did you feel like that it hurt, or you knew it wasn't that bad, and your first thought was to, not get in the penalty box after,
Didn't feel good. I think I was a little bit surprised, right? It was early in the game. It was my first shift of the game. I didn't expect to kind of get stomped on like that. But I could hear the ref making sure I was all right, and I felt okay to get up. And like I said, the refs did a great job at making sure that the right call was made. The right call was made, and our team sticks up for each other. We'll always stick up for each other. But at that time, we had a huge opportunity to take over the game with a 5-minute power play, and we got a little bit of momentum off that goal late in the power play. Carrier comes out and gets another one with Bluger and Kolesar, and it's hard to come back from down 3. So at that point of the game, it was probably just time to put the pride away and play the game.
Mark, thank you for your time. You can be excused if you'd like.
Thanks.
We'll do 2 in French for Nick.
Guillaume Lepage, NH.com. Nicolas, je t'ai posé une question sur William Carrier hier soir, mais comment tu l'as vu se comporter pendant ce processus de réadaptation-là, à partir du moment où il s'est blessé au mois de mars, puis jusqu'au moment où il est revenu dans la série contre les Jets?
Ben oui, c'est sûr que c'est vraiment professionnel. Dans le gym, il était là des heures et des heures à s'entraîner.